Hi guys, today for science we are going to be doing a review, and the review will be on motion and particles. And I know we talked a lot about particles, and we talked about particle motion and temperature and how gas pressure, all of that related, and going from solid, liquid, and gas. But we're going to do our review quickly because on Wednesday we are some of the things are changing, and we'll let you know about that, how it goes. Science will be similar, but I want to do the review today. So you're going to do IXL Science. It's J2 and J3. Things that you have to know about is kinetic energy. Kinetic means moving. So when they say kinetic energy, it means particles that are moving. So particles, the moving particles, kinetic energy. Thermal energy, same thing. It's the particles that are moving. The more they move, the faster they move, the faster they bounce against each other, they have more thermal energy. The faster they move, they have more kinetic motion. Be careful on these. There's a couple of tricky questions. They'll ask you okay, is this a solid? Is this a liquid? In which cases? One of them's a little bit different than what I had said in class. They said that if you have a solid, the particles stay together, but they're moving, but they move, bounce into each other, but they won't move over top of each other. Liquids, they'll say they do move and they can go over the top of each other, but they say that the particles are still the same distance apart. Where I've said oh no, they spread out a little bit, but their answers to their question will be, it'll be saying a solid has the particles the same distance apart, a liquid does too, except for they can go over the top of each other. Little bit different than what we had learned about, but use that one. That's that question. Try to make sure you get to I don't know how it scores, but I went through. It didn't take too long. It's a bit of reading, but it's review. So get a shot at that. Make sure that you finish those, and then we'll have a couple more tasks, and I'll tell you about those in a second.
Kinetic energy, the energy of motion. The faster a particle moves, the more kinetic energy it has. Thermal energy. The faster the particles are moving, the more heat they have and the higher the temperature of it is.
The question for today that you're going to answer is your opinion. Which planet should we colonize first? On Friday's videos, I showed you, or I gave you links to videos that showed that Venus is a possibility for colonizing, and then also Mars, and we usually think of Mars. So pick which one you think we should colonize, or maybe a moon or something like that, and explain why you think that. Then for the videos that I put in for today, a couple of you asked maybe we could study fossils or we can study dinosaur bones for this next week, and for the next few days we're going to after today. And I put in a video. The two of them are from the SciShow. It's Jesse, and again, really good science, but make it kind of silly, but it is really good science. One talks about how we use fossils or how we can find fossils, and the next one is one of the first people who found the importance of digging up fossils. And then the last one is, it's interesting in fossils. I found it's a new show that I found. It's been around, but I just found it. It's called Science Eons. It's a PBS one, and in this one they talk about how whales they found through the fossil record actually were land creatures. They could walk on land, and then they eventually kind of worked their way into just being total in the water ocean creatures, and it's pretty neat. And they use fossils to do that. So those are your tasks for today: to do the IXLs, to answer the question of the day, and finally watch these videos. See you later.